Well, hello everybody, it's the Nixter back at it once again. As you can tell, we are back in the world of Kaiserreich. And for today's video, we are going to be playing as the great nation of Nicaragua. Now, I will say the nation of Nicaragua is quite interesting here. We are the only, real syndicalist nation here in Central America. As for our buddies up north, yeah, they're probably not the most friendly to us. And as for our neighbors in the south here, once again, I don't know if they're the most friendly to us. But that's fine, we don't need them because we will be forming Central America even if we have to do it all by ourselves. But as for the nation of Nicaragua, we are dealing with a lot here. We do have the Monroe Doctrine, so we can't really justify any war goals. Not like we can anyways, it's Kaiserreich. Can't justify anything until the Second World Krieg has started. But we also have home of the Central American Revolution. We got a lot of core attack and defense. And yeah, lingering American influence. Also, half of our nation is demilitarized and we can't even recruit most of them, so that's just great. But for right now, we do need to focus on building what little industry we have and also getting as much troops as we can, because we're going to have to hold at least a couple tiles if we want to get ready for our invasion of Honduras, unless they somehow flip to us, which doesn't usually happen. Okay, so looks like we got our first event here, but Sakasa has traveled across the country. These elections will be intense, it seems. Let's hope he doesn't come to power. But it looks like the Sandinistas, whatever you want to call them, it looks like they're disrupting the liberal rallies, so that's great. I love disrupting our political opponents' rallies. Okay, I didn't expect this, but I guess the military has couped the Mexican government or something like that. Honestly, I was not preparing for that. They were like our one socialist ally here in Central America, but it's fine. And all right, we have the second election. And obviously, we're just going to keep going with our buddy Sandino. So the syndicalists have been re-elected. And now we can finally start going down our focus tree. Liberal protests? I don't fucking think so. But we're gonna finally go ahead and finish the end of this focus tree and seize the countryside. But with that focus now complete, we can go ahead and march east. Okay, it looks like the Second American Civil War is kicked off. Hopefully our buddy Jack here can win out, but there's no promises to that. Okay, so we finally unlocked the last focus here to spread the revolution. Alright, so with that focus now complete, we do have a couple decisions here. But as for right now, I think I'm just going to click these first two decisions to declare Monroe dead and open Eastern recruitment. I think I'm going to wait on testing Honduras here soon. I don't want the chance of defeat. Okay, before time runs out, I think I am going to try to begin the liberation of Honduras. I know I only have 4 divisions, they probably have somewhere around 5 to 6, but as long as we can just hold our own tiles, that should be more than enough, and hopefully we can achieve a breakthrough somewhere. Okay, and war now has broken out between us and Honduras. Ooh, that is not good. Mexico has joined the Entente. Oh my gosh. Also, the philanthropy has offered assistance, so that is excellent. We definitely need some civilian factories and infrastructure. Also, great news for us, we were able to break their line. Okay. Wow, I was getting really scared there for a second. I didn't know if we were actually going to be able to take Honduras. Okay guys, so I think I'm finally going to go ahead and press on end petty liberalism. I would wait longer, but looking at Guatemala's strength here in El Salvador, they're definitely growing a lot faster than us. Alrighty, and we are now at war with Guatemala and El Salvador. We are just going to go ahead and call in Honduras and pray we can hold this front line. Okay, so for the most part, the front line has finally stabilized. We are mostly just seeing green now. As for the casualties, we haven't seen that much of an uptick, but as for our enemies, wow, they are literally throwing every man, woman, and child at us right now, so that's just great for us. Okay, and the city of San Salvador is ours. And it looks like, yeah, they're gonna capitulate. We don't even need to take the other victory point. Okay, wait, what the hell? we didn't even need to take Guatemala? Are you serious? We just had to capitulate El Salvador? Were they, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna question it. Thanks, Paradox. But okay, after, like, 6 months of fighting and a lot of dead people, we were able to just take El Salvador and Guatemala just like that. I still don't really know why I didn't have to take Guatemala. I've never seen that happen before, but sure, we'll take it. But we can finally now go ahead and form Central America. And look at that, we are an entirely new country now. I will say some of the bad things about this is we now have to replace our entire cabinet, so we lost all of our political advisors. We also have to start over on production and start over on our industrial organizations. Yep, we lost all those benefits. Yeah, it's not the greatest of things. At least we get cores, I guess. But even with Central America now formed under a government, we do get an entirely new focus tree, which is very cool. Shout out to the Kaiserreich devs. I really do like when they add this kind of stuff. But we're not just done quite yet with our expanding too. As you can tell, we have these two fake states down here in the south that we're going to have to take. But looking at Panama, I don't really like the look of that. But hopefully we can just white peace with Canada. All right, so we got the founding of the Central American Congress. Hopefully we can elect a new government here soon. Okay, so this is where all the events start popping up. First off, we have the status of power. And the chairman is the final factor. No buts about it. And as for the status of the army, maybe it is time to create a consolidated army. For the status of industry, for a stronger future, industrialization. And the status of the future elections. Council is the backbone of the union. And surprise, surprise, the Maximus have won. That is very surprising. And we got our guy, which was actually our puppet at once, Juan Pablo Wainwright Nulia. Pretty interesting name. But with the Maximus now in power, we can finally start enacting our own legislation. First up, atheistic socialism. I'm sure the people will be happy about that one. Also, luckily, our Spanish socialists have won in Iberia, so that is great news for us. Okay, that is pretty great for us, but the syndicalists have won in America, so hopefully they might be able to keep the Entente on bay here, especially with what we're gonna have to be dealing with. And of fucking course, the German Empire is guaranteeing Costa Rica. Okay, and it looks like the Second Weltkrieg has started. It looks like Russia will be the first to kick it off. Also looks like America has already gone and joined the Third International. Honestly, looking at Germany here, I don't know how they're gonna fare here on the Western Front. Okay, and the Entente has now joined the war. What's interesting for us, though, is Canada and Mexico are both at war with America. Let's pray America can hold out, because they just got out of the Civil War, so they're definitely... Yeah, they definitely don't have the best of buffs right now. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and take the focus into the world, and we should be able to get some pretty good decisions to take here to expand a little more. We now have several more decisions to make here, and I think the first one we're going to take is bring Costa Rica back into the Union. Alright, and we're now at war with Costa Rica, and soon to be, we're already at war with the entire Reichspakt, so that is wonderful. Okay, and Costa Rica has capitulated. Hopefully we get a white peace here soon. Okay, we do get a peace offer, so that is wonderful. We're just gonna go ahead and accept the terms. Okay, so wow, Canada has just capitulated. That's a really big blow to the Entente. I will say France isn't doing the greatest right now, especially with all the support they have. It's not looking the greatest. Also, for some fucking reason, Colombia has the Panama Canal, which, great, I guess, but that's something I would like to have, so I don't know where this is exactly gonna go. Okay, guys, I think we've done enough waiting around. I'm sort of prepared for the war. I do have a naval invasion ready so we can get behind Panama, because else we're just going to be stuck at the canal. I have moved most of my army up north so I can let Panama just swoop up through, and then hopefully I can try to just snake around them. They don't have the largest army, but they definitely have enough to hold these two tiles, which would just be a pain to get through. Okay, and our war with Panama has begun. So wow, I totally forgot, but since Canada capitulated and is now these guys, there's no guarantee on them, so actually this might go way smoother than I thought it was gonna go. Okay, luckily for us, we were able to take their port and now on to their capital. All right, their capital is now ours. I don't know if that's gonna be, yeah, it's not enough. Okay, and Panama's finally capitulated. That took a lot more pushing than I thought it would have been, but hey, it's fine. We didn't have to go to war with the Entente over them, so that's great. I will say the one thing that isn't great is for some reason Colombia does have the canal port. I'm hoping maybe if we join the International, we might be able to ask for it back, but I really don't know. But okay, with Panama now out, I think we're gonna go ahead and try to deal with our northern neighbors here. I know I'm gonna end up at war with the Entente, but just looking at their situation, I don't think they're gonna be able to do much. And all right, we are now at war with Mexico, and most likely the Entente's gonna join here pretty soon. I'm hoping we can push up to Mexico City, assuming the Americans don't get there first. They've actually been holding quite well. But looking at their southern border here, there's not a whole lot, so hopefully this should be easy for us. Alrighty, and all of the Yucatan Peninsula is now ours. Hopefully we can just now focus on this northern offensive. Also, I totally forgot to take this last focus here, but we're gonna finally join the Internationale. I don't know if I'm gonna join the Reichspakt War right away, but hopefully sometime in the near future, if Paris is still alive by then. Also, we were able to take Mexico City again. Hopefully now we can actually hold it. Okay, and Mexico has capitulated. Just a couple of spots we have to deal with over here. But okay guys, with Mexico now out of the war, I think I'm finally gonna go ahead and just join the Reichspakt War. But now that I finally joined the war, I can actually start looking at some of the casualties here, and looking at it, it's not the greatest. I will say the German Empire has lost quite a bit. Also, just taking a look at South America, they are doing quite well. Honestly, I should probably be helping out them before I help out France. I'm hoping we can capitulate Brazil here. We have taken most of their victory points. Okay, yeah, they're at 97%. We just need to take a couple more. Okay, we just took another victory point. Will it do it? Yep. Okay, they should capitulate. Yep. Also, just looking at the front lines in Europe, they are starting to push a lot more. Most of the Benelux is under France, and Russia has started to take East Prussia, so that's very, very good news for us. Also, that's strange. For some reason, Colombia just handed us over the Panama Canal. I don't know why. Either they took a focus or something, but I guess it's because since we're in the Third International, they just decided to give it to us since we can core it. Also, I don't know how this happened, but for some reason, the Reichspakt was just able to peace out with Serbia, and now they're just in Kosovo now, so that's great. I don't really know how that happened, but sure, we'll banish them to Kosovo. Okay, guys, so this war is kind of coming to a slug. I don't think one tile has been taken or lost in the past year now, but in hopes to try to maybe knock the Entente out of the war, at least what's left of the Entente, I do have a naval invasion set up. I pray there's no troops there, and I'm just praying we can actually make some gains here in North Africa, so let's pray this goes well. Yeah, kind of what I expected. There is some Moroccan and French troops waiting for us, but hopefully we can knock them out. We're able to take one tile though. I think our best bet is to try to help push. Okay, and a port has been secured. Now it's up to us to just try to get all our troops here in North Africa and maybe try to push Morocco first. And then hopefully nationalist France soon. Okay, we were able to take Morocco's capital, but I suspect we're gonna have to push a little more here. Okay, we finally took Morocco's second capital, and they should capitulate. Yep. But with Morocco now secured, I think our best bet is to just try to push all the way up to Tunisia, and hopefully the Entente will be done with. As for Europe, it has not moved one fucking inch, so yeah, that's... You gotta love those HOI4 games when nothing happens because both sides are just stacked up. Alright, and we have split the French army in half. Do got quite a bit of troops, quote unquote, encircled up here. And we are getting close to Tunisia. Alrighty, and there goes a good chunk of the French army. I could probably say most of the French army. It's starting to look pretty sparse over here. Alrighty, and Algiers has fallen. Is that it for France? Oh, never mind, no. I guess they do have a lot of victory points down here, but I'm praying we can just take out Tunisia and maybe they'll capitulate, because if you think supplies is bad up here, it's even worse down here. Also, the front line is now starting to push again, thankfully, because holy crap, it did nothing for like a year, but I'm hoping to join my French allies up here. But first, we gotta finish the other France. Oh wow, looks like we got the Entente collapses. Are we about to... Okay, thank goodness. I did not want to deal with that any longer. Honestly, I don't really care what happens over here. I'm just gonna try to take as much as Mexico as possible. Okay, so there's our peace deal. I was able to take most of Mexico, and I was able to grab their capital. Man, just look at that encirclement. There was actually a couple more, but I got rid of them before I could show you guys, but hopefully this should be the final blow to the French. Okay, France has capitulated. That is great for us. But with all of San France now gone, we're going to try to focus the rest of our troops up here in Europe, which it looks like we are starting to push again, which is great. It's not just a slug anymore. I mean, I guess it still is, but we're gaining some territory. Okay, all of Italy has pretty much fallen to France, which is great. Hopefully now that leads all roads to Vienna. Also, wow, we do have a pretty big encirclement of German troops right here, which is great. Okay, Illyria is the first to go out of the Austrian puppets. Hopefully we can just take Vienna, Budapest, Bohemia, and just be done with this war. Okay, Poland is finally capitulated. Hopefully the East is now just open to the Russians, because holy shit, I want to get this war over with. Okay, Berlin has finally fallen. It looks like the British were the first to get there. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to hold it, but let's pray this war will come to a close here soon. Yeah, Germany's almost 50% of the way there. But we're pretty much going to have to take everything if we're going to want them to capitulate. Also, just looking at what's left of the Reichspakt, they are pretty much entirely encircled as we control, I think, almost all the ports. The only one that they have left is this Albanian port right here. That's it. As for the rest of them, they're just entirely stuck in here. So let's pray this war will finally come to an end. Oh my gosh. Thank the Lord. Okay, wow, it looks like most of the Reichspakt has been dealt with, I think. Yeah, the faction's entirely gone now. It's just whatever's left here on mainland Europe. There is German government in exile, which I'm not going to deal with that, but if the Third International wants to do it, they can worry about it. Okay, didn't really have to do much more pushing, but Austria is now out. Once again, I could care less what gets taken here. I'm just gonna focus maybe on taking some navy and maybe some stuff here in America. And okay, I didn't really try to take too much in the peace deal. I mainly just focused on American territory, so it was like Haiti and this small little island. But before we worry about puppets, we are gonna try to finish the rest of Germany off here. Okay, and there goes Germany. Once again, there's not really anything I want to take here. I'm not even going to try to fight the International or the Moscow court, so they can do whatever the hell they want. Well, guys, yeah, I think that does it. I wasn't able to get a whole lot of territories out of the war. I was able to get like just several puppets, Haiti, Suriname, and I also got Uruguay. I mean, I know so much. We got so much out of that. But as for Europe, it looks mostly like a clean peace deal here. And yeah, we are still at war with the German government in exile, but I don't want to deal with any of that. The Third International can deal with all this bullshit. But as for accomplishments here in America, we have taken all the lands that we can core. There's nothing else we can core. We were able to take Yucatan and Chiapas from Mexico, and also able to get a puppet on them. And we're pretty much done here with our focus tree. There's not much left we can do. I was just working on my Air Force and Navy, and that was about it. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you had fun watching me go through the 5 stages of grief. And yeah, I never want to do this again. Fuck Central America, dude. This shit sucked. Don't play this ever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.